Wow, it's so beautiful to be back here for the teaching series after a while in the studio for the practicals. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your comments. It's because of you that we are doing what we are doing. Now, if you are yet to connect to how to becoming a dynamic musician with Amaka Innocent, if you are yet to view our videos, I'll encourage that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow all our social media handles so that you will get a good result and be at the same pace. Today we want to quickly look at some of the questions that were raised while we were in the studio for the practical sections. Duration and time of training is dependent on the person being trained and of course on the instrument of training. If you are a fast learner, then 3 to 6 months as a person, you should be able to have good results for whatever you are being trained on. Then if your instrument is someone that you can easily cope with, then you'll be able to have a good result. But if your instrument is an instrument that you're going to take a while, you're going to go through the rudiments before you begin the practical section, then you have to give it a little bit more time. So if you're a fast learner, you would learn faster than someone who is a slow learner. Creating time for training. Of course, this is almost like the other. You have to create time for your training anytime, any day. Like I said, once every week is the least I would suggest, but the more the better. Just make out time, even if it's in the middle of the night, or if you're walking and you have to stay in the traffic for a while. Then if your instrument of training is something you can take along with you, for instance, if you're a vocalist and you have some songs to score, then you put your earpiece while in the traffic and score the songs. So but you have to train every day. How long will you be trained before you see significant progress? This one also is dependent on the consistency and the place of training, and of course the person being trained, of course the instrument as well. So but most importantly, your consistency. Remember when we talked about setting realistic and achievable goals, we said you have to be very, very intentional and practical. If you work from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., then of course you're going to make out time in the middle of the night to do your training, but training must be done every day, because if you leave music 1 week, music is going to leave you for 1 month. That's the way it is. So you have to make out time to train. So significantly within 3 to 6 months, if you are very consistent, whether it's vocals you are being trained in or any kind of instrument, especially the easy kind of instrument, you should be able to have significant results. This is one of the big questions in the music industry. How do I create capital for my training? Now, you discover that if you don't plan to keep some of your income aside for your training, after a while, you would not continue because music is capital intensive. So I'd suggest that you keep some of your income apart for your training. Then also, you can be a trainee participant. For instance, if you are being trained on an instrument, you can be training as well as, if you are excellent, after a period of time, you can now train others that are upcoming. And with that, you can get a reward. So be good at what you are doing so that while in training, you can as well make some profits. Then finally, for now, how do I put to practice the much I've been trained? I spoke about having intentional association. Now, if you are being trained and there is no place you are practicing, then you become stale. So as much as you have been trained, you have to practice. So you get yourself connected with groups, with people, with church, with anywhere you know that what you are being trained in is needed, so that you would consistently practice and get better. So you need to keep practicing and keep getting better. So find a niche, find a community where you can use what you have learned. The more you practice, the more you get better. Thank you for now. We would come back again to answer more of your questions or take more of the teachings. Watch out for the next part of our teaching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.